Good evening, sim racing fans, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight, the final night of the Dirt Leagues Australia Australian Midget Title here from the Limaland Motorsports Park. Qualifying wrapped up as we get set for, take a look here at 5 heat races on the program for tonight. Brett Wheeler alongside James Rice. James, welcome into the booth. Unfortunately, not how you would want to be spending your Thursday night up in the booth. You'd rather be out on the racetrack, but unfortunate things happened over the past couple of nights to where you didn't actually get to make it tonight, but we welcome you into the booth, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It's pretty, disappointing way to end my Australian midget title campaign. Just pity there are a few lemons out there still in iRacing, but hey, that's just one opinion. But yeah, we're here tonight to see who can be the Australia #1. There is people from New Zealand, Australia, and I believe there might be one American, maybe. I'm not sure.
Correct.
Don't count me on that.
Correct.
But
there is one hashtag Holy Schmidt in the house.
Oh yeah, Holy Schmidt is in the house. But now, Brett, heat race #1 is on track.
Yes, let's take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid for the opening heat race of the night. We'll quickly run through this field. Joel Berkeley, Brady Baldwin in row 1. James Robbie, Harry Edwards in row 2. Row 3, Lewis Clark and Brad Pascoe, Devon Stove and Ben Morrison in row 4. Row 5 going to be Justin Cross and Dylan Thomas. 5 heats on the program for tonight. We lock, I believe, 3 drivers from the heat races into the main event tonight. We'll wait for the green flag heat race #1 of the final night. The Dirt Leagues Australian Midget Title is underway. And no surprise, Berkeley leads down the back straight away. Baldwin going to take the nose off James Robbie down into turn number 3. Brady Baldwin now going to sit in the second spot. James Robbie looking to the outside, and here comes Lewis Clark on the inside, but challenge for the race lead. Brady Baldwin trying to make the moves on Joel Berkeley.
Yeah, Berkeley's under pressure right now as Baldwin on the inside, side by side, in turn #1 right now, Berkeley and Baldwin. Baldwin has the lead just, and he gets the lead now. We've got a car on its side, nearly on its side there. That's Brad Pascoe, but we go up to the front now, where Baldwin has passed Berkeley. Berkeley would be fuming about them, that's for sure. Right behind him, you've got Harry Edwards on a charge as well with Lewis Clark.
Yeah, you're watching the 111 car, the black and white 111, making his way through the top side of the racetrack, get a little sideways. Edwards gets in the back of him. James Robbie, of course, this concertina effect just keeps on going. James Robbie going to start the night doing a 360 all the way down the back straightaway, kept it going. Back up towards the front of the field. Lewis Clark putting the pressure on Joel Berkeley. And I'm very surprised right now. Brady Baldwin moving clear of Joel Berkeley in heat race #1. Considering Berkeley, he was the fastest car in qualifying.
Yeah, Berkeley with the fastest car there for sure. But something's definitely wrong with the maybe setup wise, or he just probably guessed the track state. You know, probably got that a little bit wrong. But Lewis Clark is giving it all to Berkeley right now. Berkeley runs to the top side, then right behind him, you've got the pecky little Kiwi, Harry Edwards as well, running out the top 4 there, Brett. But Baldwin, he is out on a charge right now. Lewis Clark looking for a slide job into turn 1 and 2. He gets the job done. Berkeley trying to answer back, goes for another slider in 3 and 4. He gets the job done. That scrubs off a little speed up a 4. Lewis Clark back on the inside now. This is great racing, Brett.
Yeah, great racing. Final lap is upon us here for heat race #1. Brady Baldwin makes his way into turns 3 and 4. He will be victorious in heat #1. Berkeley coming back, and Clark at the start-finish line. There was nothing in it. And in fact, there was .033 of a second. Clark gets second. Berkeley third. Edwards 4th. Thomas, Robbie, Morrison, Stove, Cross, and Pascoe. Wow, a very exciting heat race. And I'll tell you what, I'll give you the hot tip. I really did not think that Brady Baldwin was going to pick up heat race #1, considering that Joel Berkeley, he got the jump, or he didn't actually get the jump, but I mean, quickest in qualifying. Just goes to show you right now, you've got to be on your game from the get-go.
Absolutely, Brett. You've got to be on it, or you won't be making it at all. So, heat race #2 out on the grid.
We'll take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid for heat number 2.
Here is your grid lineup for heat race number 2. Starting off pole is the 45 of Brett Jr. Morris. Out of 2, the 43 of Alan Tacken. Out of 3, the 70 of Hayden Warrington. Out of 4, the 99 of Ashton Hurley. Out of 5, the 68 of Liam Weston. Scheduled out of P6 was Aaron Kelly, but he hasn't joined. Out of 7 is the 8 of Aaron Hatton. Out of 8, you've got the 49 of John McKenzie. Out of 9, 21 of Bradley Oldfield. And out of 10, the 31 of Harley Schmee.
All right, heat race number 2, another 10 laps on the board. We are taking top 3, right, to the main event. I didn't...
That is correct, Brett.
Okay, cool. Just making sure I didn't read that one. Now, all starts are on green as well. So, heat race number 2. Rice, I'll let you take this one.
Here we go. Rack 'em, stack 'em, we are green. Morris with a good start there, goes for the slide line in turn 1 and 2, but he's got a hungry pack of cars behind him. Alan Tackett holding down a 3rd spot. He's now under pressure on the high side. Liam Weston as well. He takes away 2nd spot from Tacken. Coming to turn 1 and 2 right now. You've got 2 guys in the wall. One of them nearly in the wall. That was Aaron Haddon. Actually, my apologies. That was Ashton Hurley. But going back towards the front now. You've got Brett Jr. Morris out to a commanding lead as Tacken wants to answer that. He must be listening to this broadcast, Brett, because he's listened to everything I'm saying right now. Tacken, bringing the pressure on.
Now the Tacken in the 21 car, starting to catch up to Brett Jr. Morris. Now going to move to the inside, and he wasn't feeling all that. He wasn't feeling the best coming into tonight. And well, he's lifted all the pressure from the qualifying night. He had a great qualifying night in night number 1, and well, it's put himself into the final night, of course. Here at the Dirt Leagues Australian Midget Tunnel. We're halfway home this time by, and Brett Jr. Morris has somewhat picked up the pace right now as he started to move clear on Alan Tacken by about 3 or 4 car lengths.
Yeah, Tacken holding down that 2nd spot by looks like a straightaway at least. Liam Weston in 3rd. He's holding down that bubble there, Brett. Harley Smee as well, making a 3-wide action out of turn number 2 right now. And looks like there's some squabble going on in chat as well. But the number 8 car half spins as well. That's Aaron Hatton. So, a bit of contact there as well in turn number 1 with Smee as well. He wants that transfer spot, Brett.
He does. Harley Smee in the Show Helix number 31 car started position 10. And he's now made his way to position 3. And with a lap and a bit just left to run in this one, the battle between the 3 drivers looking for this final transfer spot, Aaron Hatton, Harley Smee, and Liam Weston. It is on like Donkey Kong. Bring it home, Ricey. Final lap.
Here you go. Final lap now as you've got Alan Tacken in 2nd and Brett Jr. Morris coming out of turn number 4. He will take out heat race number 2. Tacken in 2nd. And I'll quickly just get up my little thing here to help me out here. But Morris, Tacken, Hatton will make the way through. Smee, Weston, Oldfield, Warrington. And Mackenzie will round out the 8-car field.
All right, moving quickly into heat race number 3 for the final night of your Dirt Leagues Australian Midget Tunnel. We'll take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid. And starting on pole in heat race number 3 in the Dindy Rain Sparks caliber 11 car is Trent Vardy. On his outside, the number 44 car of Bailey Clive will start position 2. Callan Arthur in car 32 will start position 3. On his outside, the 16 of Rob Bowden out of position number 4. Position 5 belongs to the number 4 car of Trent Gosley with Daniel Stevens in car number 66 starting position 6. We go back to Caleb Beecroft in car 22, starting position 7. Simon Sirico in car number 86 starts position number 9. And we all know a punch to turn 2 on the 5th row inside car number 25. That is Noah Page. Some fast and furious heat racing action, Ricey.
Yes, much cleaner than the last few nights, that's for sure. Take away, Brett.
Of course, tonight being run in the iRacing Heat format. Of course, the main event tonight, 40 laps, going to be 40 green flag laps. We get set for heat race number 3, Trent Vardy and Bailey Clive on the front row. Green flag is out. Bailey Clive got the jump on the outside, but Vardy going to throw the slider into turn number 1 and 2. Clive going to look to come back and him up on the inside, down the back straight away. In the corners number 3 and 4 for the first time in heat race number 3. And Trent Vardy going to lead that one. Bailey Clive going to throw the slider. Here comes Trent Gosley in the WP Concreting car number 4 car, but the battle is on for your race lead. And it's Trent Vardy and Bailey Clive side by side into turn number 3 and 4. This time, lap number 2 is going to belong to Bailey Clive.
Yeah, Clive holding off the charge from Vardy. Right behind him, though, you've got some guys that are hungry for the spots now as the transfer spot is up in earnest. Callan Arthur is under pressure from Trent Gosley and Rob Bowden. So these 3 guys will battle it out for sure, but right behind them you've got Daniel Stevens and Noah Page to round it out. But out in front, Bailey Clive has fought off the insurgents from Vardy. But Vardy kind of made a little bit of a mistake there, which has made the 32 car of Callan Arthur to catch up. So this is going to be one interesting finish now, Brett.
Yeah, we'll go on board with your third place driver of Callan Arthur. You said there was contact just there with Trent Vardy. And, well, that's going to put Callan Arthur now into position number 2. And watch him take a lap around the Limaland Motorsports Park. You can see just how difficult this racetrack and how slick it is starting to get right now. So, Arthur, you can see the car just in front of him. That is your race leader. That is Bailey Clive. And with 7 laps in the books, with 3 laps left to run, Trent Gosley holds down position 3. We got a car around Trent Vardy. That is around in turn number 1 and 2. And there's some contact on the exit of 2.
Yes, Bowden and, Stevens got the worst of it out of that exchange as well. But a sneaky contender has come through. Gosley's up to 3rd. So we're approaching the final lap. Right now, Brett Clive is running the bottom side 1 and 2, sliding up into 2 now. And comfortable win, that is for sure. Callan Arthur will finish in 2nd. And I'll let you finish off the rest there, Brett.
Yeah, Bailey Clive, Callan Arthur and Trent Gosley all making tonight's main event. Noah Page, Kendall Beecroft, Trent Vardy, Rob Bowden, Daniel Stevens and Simon Sirico make up heat race number 3 as we have our 4th heat race of the night scheduled to come up in just a few moments time. Of course, when that comes up, that is right now. And we'll take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid.
So, heat race number 4 grid is like this. Out of 1, you've got the 39 of Cody Lawrence. Out of 2, the 01 of Jordan McDonnell. Out of 3, the 38 of Bailey Hall. Out of 4, the 67 of Clint Smith. Out of 5, the 34 of Trey Schmidt. Out of 6, the 54 of Eden Bastain. Out of 7, the 33 of Carl Hoffmans. Out of 8, the 40 of Chris Ansell. And running it in 9-car field at the moment, unless the other dude decides to join, is the 12 of Lindsay Hobbs. And the 51 car of Griffin Gardner has not joined yet. So at the moment, we're still with 9 cars.
9 cars for heat race number 4. Fun games. You haven't missed a whole lot. You've missed 3 10-lap heat races. We're on heat race 4. We've got heat 5. And then we've got our preliminary mains. Hello, welcome back, Kim, and welcome everybody in to Ultimate Dirt TV. We are starting to roll away for heat race number 4. And Rice, I'll let you take this one.
Thanks, Brett. Hello from Sweden.
Sweden?
Yeah, Sweden.
That might not even been.
Thank you very much for joining us here for the Australian Midget title brought to you by DLA or Dirt Leagues Australia. So, Lawrence
the worst Sweden accent.
McDonnell and sorry?
Might even had a bit hint of Russia in there as well.
Oh, yeah.
Anyhow, I'll let you get back to it. We're here to broadcast.
So, Lawrence and McDonnell. Side by side. Here we go. Let's see which one of these guys can get the jump off of 4. And we're green. They're both pretty even. That's amazing for that one. As we say that, though, McDonnell in second. And in front, though, you've got Cody Lawrence. In third, you've got a three-way battle. As I say that, big tap there. Ethan Bastain got the worst of that, but lucky it wasn't anything bad about it. But Trey Schmidt is on a charge right now. He's looking for third. He gets balked, though, into three. Three-way tussle for third right now. Oh, so close there, Schmidt. Wow.
I give you permission. Hashtag Holy Schmidt.
Holy Schmidt.
And there it is, early on in the night at the number 12 car, Trey Schmidt, as you mentioned earlier, a lone American visitor here for the Dirt Leagues Australian Midget title. Cody Lawrence, your race leader from Jordan McDonnell. Schmidt now in third. He's starting to feel the pressure here because here comes Bailey Hall. Bailey Hall working the outside into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to get a run on the cushion, try and drive it back down the racetrack. No, going to follow Schmidt and in fact go to the top side. Schmidt going to take that line away in 3 and 4.
Yeah, the battle right now between Schmidt and also McDonnell on the inside. He gets the race lead off a 2. Then Cody Lawrence goes down to the inside looking for the slide job. He gets it done, but McDonnell back on the inside again. So McDonnell will lead that lap. So three-way tussle now, Brett. I think these guys will battle out. That is for sure. Lawrence, then Schmidt on the inside. Can he get it done out of 4? No, not quite. But this is a great race here, Brett. With 2 laps to go, Schmidt is all over McDonnell right now. McDonnell, he's going to be thinking, it's like, what the hell is going on here? I made sure I didn't swear there, Brett, for you. There we go, coming in to the into the second to last lap there, folks, as the Cody Lawrence just taps the right rear there. But some great racing, Brett. This is going to be probably one of the heats of the night thus far. But coming into the final lap now, you got McDonnell out into the lead now. And he gets the job done just. Schmidt will take second. And I'll just get my thing up here. We got McDonnell, Schmidt, Lawrence will transfer through. Bastain, Hoffman, Smith, Ansell, Hobbs, and Hall will round out the rest of the field.
Yes, that was heat number 4, and that was a fantastic heat race as we head into the final heat race of the night. We'll take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid for heat race number 5. Starting on pole, the final heat race of the night, the 29 of Harry Stewart. On the outside of the front row in car number 23 will be Jackson Callow. Jared Steen, car number 91, will start position 3. On his outside, it's Mr. Lightning of Matthew Reed out of position 4. Position 5 going to belong to the 77 of Daniel Harding. And Lachlan Horton in car number 92 starts position 6. We go back to the number 10 car of Murray Howe. Starts position 7. Brett Gerard in car 42 will start position 8. Your final row for the final heat race of the night, out of position number 9 in car number 50, Tom Callahan. He lines up alongside the 191 of Mitchell Piskalik. 4 fast and furious heat races. No, you're not watching Vin Diesel. You're not watching The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. You are watching the Dirt Leagues Australian Midget title, the finale. We crown an Australian champion for the first time for Dirt Leagues Australia. Who will it be? We've still got one heat race plus a DCB pole shuffle, I think, as well. And then, of course, our main event. Here we go. Green flag is out, and Jackson Callow certainly got a good start on the outside. Jared Steen, a bit of trouble there in the middle of turn number 1 and 2. Harry Stewart holds on to second. How long will he hang on to it for? Because here comes Matt Reed and Daniel Hardigan side by side in the turns number 1 and 2. Hardigan looking for 2 for 1. And who is that on the bottom side? None other than the 10 car of Murray Howe. Good 3 wide action, 4 wide through turn number 3 and 4.
Wow, this might be the heat race of the night, Brett. I might have spoken a bit too soon. Look at this. There is a 3-way tussle, close to 4-way. Here we go. Matt Reed on the inside, giving a don't argue to the number 46. Going to turn number 1 right now. These guys are battling it out like Donkey Kong. You got Stewart in second. He's finally gotten clear. But the 23 car of Carlisle slowly and surely on the bottom side. Some of these guys. Oh, who's that in the background?
Matt Reed.
Matt Reed.
I can spot that car from a mile away.
And Tom Callahan is all upside down. Back out to the front now, Brett. Hardigan and Stewart battling it out for first spot.
Yeah, Hardigan takes back the race lead into turn number 3 and 4. However, Stewart in that Indy race parts. Purple number 29 car. He is not giving up without a fight just yet. The winner of this race, well, I believe, I'm pretty sure we're having a pole shuffle with our top 2 maybe from the heat races. So again, we'll line up the top 10 maybe, or if we're not going to have a pole shuffle, if it's just lined up straight from heat races. Well, the winner of this one, we got Jackson Keller upside down in 3 and 4. If there's no pole shuffle, it's just the main event's lined up via heat race, your winner will start position 5. The second place driver will start position 10. So, you're looking at 3 rows between first and second right now.
Absolutely, Brett. Is Stewart. It's got some breathing space, though, coming into the last lap now. As Harding gives a big slider. Stewart had to brake, had to let off. That could have worked well, and it has. Hardigan coming out of 4. He has pinched that race away from Stewart.
That was clever. That was
very
clever.
Very clever.
He put the big slider in 1, and he actually, I'm not going to say parked it, but he made sure he hit the brakes so that Harry Stewart was unable to get that crossover. A very, very clever move. All right, our D main up next, and now this is where we start to eliminate some of the drivers from tonight's shows, and we start to dwindle our field down to our final certain amount of drivers. The heat racing action is complete, and we'll take a look here at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid for tonight's D main. D-Main on track, 12 laps the distance, the top 5 moving on. The other 9 drivers finding their way back to pit road and not going to be able to contest any more of the final night of the Dirt Leagues Australian Midget title. Devon Stove and Jai McKenzie in row number 1. Row number 2 going to be Daniel Stevens alongside Lindsay Hobbs in row 2. Row 3 inside, the 92 of Lachlan Horton on his outside, the 414 of Justin Cross. Aaron Kelly and Simon Sirico in row number 4. Row 5, we've got Bailey Hall alongside Jackson Callow, Brad Pascoe and Aaron Dillon. In fact, Aaron Dillon not making the call, along with Griffin Gardner and Tom Callahan at the back. So, essentially 13 starters, 5 go through, 8 go home, Ricey.
Yes, this is do or die for most of these guys, unfortunately. But that's all part of the racing. So, a good lineup here of drivers for this D main. As Brett said before, 5 will go through, 12 laps on the board. So, Stove and McKenzie. And we're green. Good start from the front of the guys with Stove. As the 49 car of McKenzie gets into the wall, coming into turn 3 right now. You've got a 3-way tussle for 4th. Actually, now for 3rd, because they've caught the 3rd placer. Side by side, Brett. Look at this. This is, as I said before, do or die.
Yep, no surprise to Aaron Kelly in that Indy Range Parts number 18 car. Just happy rolling the bottom side of the racetrack, trying to pick up a top 5 and move on to your C main and potentially have a chance at running the Alphabet Soup. The 50 car of Tom Callahan. They go 3 wide again through 1 and 2. You're watching Daniel Stevens, Lachlan Horton, and Aaron Kelly. We've got the 18 car of Aaron Kelly up on the inside. Lachlan Horton with the green chassis with the WP concreting. Number 92 car sits 5th now as Daniel Stevens in the 66 working the outside of the racetrack in turn number 3 and 4. And here comes Aaron Kelly on the inside of Horton again. They might just have some company right now because here comes Tom Callahan to the inside.
Callahan making up a few spots there. But Horton on the outside, looking for a way past. And several drivers haven't garaged into the things. That's make it a bit hard for camera angles, but we'll get there eventually. Horton back onto the outside as now you've got Callahan keeps coming in and out. I don't know why. But Aaron Kelly looking fast as well. He's gone to the top side now, so obviously the bottom isn't... well, I believe the bottom's starting to go away anyway, but it'll come back for the A main, that's for sure. But we've got seven laps down. Oh, one car upside down. Who is that?
Jai McKenzie in the 49.
Wow. But Stove in second, so... This is going to be, one of the steward's calls because a couple of those incidents could be reviewed. So, but we'll get onto that later on. And Brett, take it away.
I mean, not that there's going to be able to change any spots because it's all done by the iRacing format. Now, one thing they're going to have to make clear is the connection issues for Tom Callahan throughout this entire D main. You see that 50 car blinking in and out, and that's obviously not ideal for the cars around him because, one, they don't know where he's going to be. They don't want to end their own race, but it's also about ending other people's race as well. Aaron Kelly puts a slider there on the 66 car of Daniel Stevens. He falls back to 5th spot right now, but the white flag is upon us, and here comes Devon Stove. Will he go to the inside? He goes through the middle of turn number 3 and 4, but Lachlan Horton going to win along with Devon Stove second. Then we go back to Tom Callahan, Aaron Kelly, and Daniel Stevens. Those 5 drivers going to continue on. Everybody else is packing up and going home. We'll see them next year at the title. So now we move into our C main for the Dirt Leagues Australian Midget title here from the Limaland Motorsports Park. Potter the Hunter, thank you very much for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate it. Fun games. The Origin was great last night. Queensland getting up. You beauty. Let's take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid for tonight's C main.
C main looks like this. Out of 1, the 41 of the gutter at James Robbie. Out of 2, the 21 of Bradley Oldfield. Out of 3, the 16 of Rob Bowden. Out of 4, the 67 of Clint Smith. Out of 5, the 91 of Jared Steen. Out of 6, the 97 of Ben Morrison. Out of 7, the 70 of Hayden Warrington. Out of 8, the 11 of Trent Vardy. Out of 9 is the 40 of Chris Ansell. Out of 10, the 46 of Matt Reed. Out of 11, the 92 of Lachlan Horton. Out of 12, the 61 of Devon Stove. Now, Tom Callahan is disconnected, so he's done. So that will move up Aaron Kelly and Daniel Stevens.
That's a shame because that could have been somebody else. Somebody else could have had the chance at continuing on, but it is what it is, I guess.
Absolutely, Brett. Would be gut-wrenching, that's for sure. So, here we go. C main time, 17 laps. We're green. Rowie with an awesome start there. He's on the bottom, but he's under siege as... I don't argue. As I say that, there's guys coming up the wall everywhere. And we've got, looks like teammates Vardy and Kelly also in the mixture as well. So that's for sure going to create some controversy at the back of the pack. But Oldfield out in front. Bowden in second, then Robbie holding down third, just the 90 on the outside of him. Jaron Steen is looking for that third spot. So remember the top 5. So basically the pack behind the 91 is on the bubble, and Oldfield around 21. The 21 car of Oldfield just gave old mate a big don't argue. So it's starting to get feisty, Brett.
Talk about cutthroat competition just quietly. How about this? The 92 car, Lachlan Horton won your D main. We are 3, make that 4 laps in. He is already up to position 4 from 11th. That is an outstanding job from the 92 car. If there's anyone at the moment that looks to do the alphabet soup run, I'm going to put money on the 92 car. Absolutely,
Brett. He is fast, that is for sure. So Robbie has inherited the race lead. As I said, he's a gutter rat. I mean that with all all happiness there. But Robbie, run the bottom side. The car looks very, very comfortable now. So, as before, some of the guys have trouble on the bottom side, but he's the one that's making it work. But at the moment, right behind him are two guys wanting that spot, though. Steen and Warrington side by side as the 21 as well wants to go back onto this. Clips the inside tyre. But as I say, that the number 70 car of Warrington now takes the race lead off of Robbie. But can Robbie answer that, though, Brett?
Oh, you know he's going to try and attempt to do it on the bottom side. 9 in the books, 8 laps left to run here in your C main. Lachlan Horton starting to wind up on the top side of the racetrack, looking to get some maybe insurance places here in your C main and maybe get a chance at a spot in tonight's beef. You can just hang on to a top 5. The top 5 are cleared away from pretty much everybody else, except you go back to about a straightaway, back to our 6th place runner of Chris Ansell. But right now, 2nd and 3rd, James Robbie and Jared Steen continuing to go side by side. We're seeing Robbie now starting to come through the middle. Then we go back to our 4th place driver, Bradley Oldfield, who put the move on Lachlan Horton in the 92 car in 3 and 4. He went for the big slider, wasn't able to capitalise on it. So Lachlan Horton up to position 4 and now starting to come after 3rd and 2nd.
Yeah, Horton's on a charge right now. He's run that top side. He's going to, I reckon this next corner, he's going to pass Robbie. He's already made the pass behind Steen. Look at this. He's run that top side. Absolutely perfect right now. Robbie and Steen kind of holding their own at the moment. But this battle for 4th spot right now is just awesome. Like, this is what we want to see. Every single race is guys just giving each other room and and having fun. That's the main part, So Robbie still holding down that 2nd spot, but out in front you've got Hayden Warrington.
He's gone. He's out by himself with a lap and a bit to go. The battle is on for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th right now. You see the 4 cars on your screen. Lachlan Horton in the 92 has gotten around the 41 car of James Robbie. Here comes Jared Steen putting the slider on Bradley Oldfield in turn number 1 and 2. But for the final time, the victory is going to belong to car number 70 of Hayden Warrington. 2nd going to be Lachlan Horton. 3rd will be James Robbie. 4th, Jared Steen just ahead of Bradley Oldfield. Those 5 drivers continue on. Aaron Kelly, Ben Morrison, Devon Stove, Daniel Stevens, Rob Bowden, Matt Reed, Chris Ansell, Clint Smith and Trent Vardy all find themselves packing up, and that is their night done a little early than what a lot of those drivers would have expected. And
so we come to the last chance to make the big dance, Brett.
Yes, we will take a look here at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid for tonight's B main. So 15 cars, 1/3 of this B main field will make it through into this 20 car main event. Starting on pole, car number 48 of Harry Edwards, alongside him the 31 of Harley Smee. Noah Page will in 25 will start position 3, Ethan Bastain in the 54 will start position 4. Then we go back to Mitchell Piskalik in the 191 out of position 5, Dylan Thomas in the 55 out of position 6. Liam Weston in the 7th starting spot alongside Caleb Beecroft out of position 8. Position 9, Carl Hoffmans and Brett Gerards starting position at 10. Then we go back to our C main transferees, Hayden Warrington alongside Lachlan Horton in row 6. James Robbie, Jared Steen in row 7, and Big Bad B.O. Bradley Oldfield. No, it doesn't smell. It's just Bradley Oldfield by himself at the back. Right now, Ricey, if you're rolling around in the B main, what would be the game plan for this one?
Well, my game plan would have been to survive and try and get up to as many spots as I can. But most of these guys will be wanting to get up to those top 5. So around that bubble, around 5th spot, it's going to be very, very tight.
All right, 22 laps on the board. We are green for the last chance qualifier. Our final 5 participants making tonight's big dance from this one. Who will those 5 drivers be? We've got now 21 more laps left to run to find out. Harry Edwards leads lap number 1, Harley Smee, Noah Page, and here comes Ethan Bastade. Look at Lachlan Horton on the bottom side again. He is up in nearly into the 5th transfer spot already.
As I say that, Hoffman's gets a bit loose out of contact, but there's cars into the wall and upside down in turn number 2.
Look at the two drivers that got through that. Lachlan Horton and James Robbie. Where were they? Beating the gutter rats down the bottom.
Wow. Just Robbie with a good ice bill stand out of 2. He I can't believe this, but we got Liam Weston and Jaron Steen with black flags being cleared for those fellas. But Horton, he's just trying to create some space between him and Thomas as well.
Thomas is a lap down, so that could come into effect. That might play into the mindset of some of these drivers, from third on back, because Harry Edwards, he's gone, he's checked out right now. Lachlan Horton, right now he must be thinking, well, let's just take it one lap at a time. Let's just be safe. Let's be consistent and smooth on the top side. That way he would have actually run the soup from the D all the way to the A. And wouldn't that be a feat?
Oh, that would be probably the cherry on top of the cake for him, that's for sure. But yeah, Horton just keeping that car nice and smooth. Doesn't need to do anything stupid at this point. But right behind him is James Robbie, who started basically at the back of the pack and took advantage of that squabble earlier. He's up to P3 right now. He's in the show at the moment. P4, though, is where the action is, I believe. Harley Smee.
Just navigating around Dylan Thomas, the lapper.
Yeah. Oh, it's massive slide on the back there. Who was that? So Weston and Warrington as well. So, this race is not over yet. Some of these guys can still make some spots up. But where? I don't know.
Well, Warrington putting the slider there on Liam Weston. Now that is for 6 and 7, just in front of them. The orange and black Indy Race Parts number 3 car. That's Carl Hoffman's. He holds the key to the final transfer spot at the moment. As I say that, he gets a bit of a move there from Weston. Hayden Warrington gets the raw end of that stick, and talking about maybe not being a little too happy with the move. Here comes Bradley Oldfield now up to position 7.
Yes, it's getting a bit feisty now. Guys are trying to make their way through as, one car upside down. That's Thomas, the lap car, who doesn't look like have any damage, so he can still race on. But out in front by a mile. It's a huge. I'm just trying to look at the time here, Brett, but I can't see it on my screen here. But
I was going to say a bit of daylight. That's why you can start to see the sun start to set right now.
Yeah, one guy upside down is in front of him. But this race has got some casualties, that's for sure. So Edwards out in front. Second is Lachlan Horton. He's still got that car glued to the top side. 3 is James Robbie, as now the field is starting to thin out and kind of spread out as well. So you'll find that there won't be much more passing opportunities coming into lap number 18.
Yeah, just looking at the 68 of Liam Weston on screen here, the black and green car. He's got 2 cars behind him right now, Carl Hoffman's and Bradley Oldfield. Oldfield run on the bottom, Hoffman's run on the top side of the racetrack. This is going to be a battle for the 5th and final transfer spot. 3 of these drivers at the moment, only one of them, if the top 4 stay the same, only one of these 3 drivers are going to make the show. Weston makes a huge mistake in 1 and 2. Hoffman's gets into the back of Bradley Oldfield, and Bradley Oldfield, I'm pretty sure he came from the C main, didn't he?
I believe so, but if anyone watching can prove us wrong, please do. But Oldfield making up the spots. That would be gut-wrenching for Weston as well, coming all the way from his starting spot.
Oldfield started 15th, dead last in this field.
Wow.
3 drivers from the C main made into the top 5 in tonight's B main.
That's just astonishing. But coming into towards the final lap now, as we find the race leader. as he crosses the checkered flag. So Harry Edwards will move through to the final. Lachlan Horton will get in as well with Robbie, Smee and Warrington. Unfortunately, Oldfield, Hoffman, Piscalic, Gerard, Speedcroft, Steen, Thomas, Weston, Bastone and Page. Unfortunately, we'll pack her up and watch the final coming up shortly.
Now, I believe we have a pole shuffle coming up next. I just have to confirm with race control, but I'm pretty sure that he's got other stuff on his plate. I believe this is going to be a pole shuffle for the top 2 from the heat races. So 10 cars, 5 heat races tonight. And it should be second in heat race number 5 should take on second in heat race number 4. That would be the logical explanation, but so far this week we've seen some things go astray and not go to plan. I saw a couple of cars coming out onto the racetrack. Who did I see? I see Lewis Clark alongside Daniel Hardigan. Now, can you just confirm, because I can't actually check it, can you confirm these 2 drivers finished second in their heat races?
Yes, I can confirm that.
Now, was it heat 5 and heat 4?
I'm not quite sure, but I was listening to Race Control there, and they were saying that, yeah, we're taking the top 2 from each heat. So I'm unsure if these guys finished second in their heats or it was exactly that order. So I'll try and get more for you back.
Thank you. Daniel Hardigan on the inside in car 77. Lewis Clark on the outside. Pole shuffle. The loser will start position at number 10. We wait for the green flag call from race control. We can't hear it, but the drivers can, and green flag is underway. First pole shuffle race of the night. The loser starts position 10. The winner advances and looks to move up through this field. Clark around, looking to get around the outside. Smacks the wall on the front straightaway. And drives it hard low into turn number 1 and 2. But you would think that the space that Daniel Hardigan has over Lewis Clark going into turn number 3 is going to be enough. And Daniel Hardigan will continue. Lewis Clark will start position at number 10. Well. Lewis Clark being the first casualty in this pole shuffle race, and out rolls the Dirt Leagues Australia Midget Champion. That's the reason why he's got the 1 DLA on that car. That is going to be Jordan McDonnell. James Rice, this is your call.
Thank you, mate. So, McDonnell and Hardigan setting the pace right now. These guys, one of these guys will want to try and move up 1 spot on the starting grid, because the further you go up, the easier it will get. So, McDonnell and Hardigan. Pole shuffle number 2. Very tight formation here. Coming out of 4 right now as the green is given. McDonnell gets a good start there, slides to the top side as Hardigan slides with him. Gets a bit out of shape, out of 2. These guys are side by side. McDonnell actually got the tyre. Kind of gets out of shape. They're side by side again. Final lap now. Hardigan on the top side. McDonnell also on the top side. And I think, yep, that's what I'm thinking right now. Oh, Hardigan, close call. But McDonnell will go through to the next stage. And Hardigan will start from P9, I think, Brett.
Well, Callan Arthur's just said only top 6 pole shuffle. Now, from what I can gather, and I mean, I'm not sure how this is done. We only had 5 heats, so you can only have 5 heat winners. I'm not sure how they've come up with these 6 cars in the pole shuffle. I don't know. We'll just watch it. Bailey Clive in the 44 rolling out. So this is for, I guess, position 4. In this one, Bailey Clive going to slide up to the top of the racetrack in turn number 1 and 2. McDonnell, he comes back at him down the back straightaway, inside into turn number 3 and 4. McDonnell with a slider on Clive. Clive turns it underneath him. Clive going to protect the bottom side down into turn number 1. McDonnell stays low. Clive stays up high. He runs the slider line through 1 and 2. They're going to switch lanes going into turn number 3 and 4. Bailey Clive. Here comes McDonnell up on the inside, and McDonnell snaked him at the line. Well, Callan, that makes absolutely no sense to me. I mean, what's the point of... Look, not my doing. The format the format doesn't work. All right, Ricey, you're up.
Thanks, mate. Batter up. Brett Junior Morris and McDonnell as the green is given. Now, Morris, I reckon, will give his all to McDonnell as they go side by side. As Morris tries to cut down, doesn't get it though. But McDonnell gets a bit sideways. So he's lost some space there. But final lap now, Morris using the slider line into turn number 2, and McDonnell, I don't think will actually get him. I doubt it very much. But Morris will take that pole shuffle out.
This has got me baffled. Did Berkeley not finish second in heat 1?
No, he finished third.
Who got second?
If Joel's listening, can you tell us, please? Because I can't remember.
I could have swore he got it.
No, Joel finished. No, I think it was Clark. I think finished second. Remember?
Wow. No. Well. Anyhow, I guess this is for pole position. Brady Baldwin and Brett Junior Morris. Brett Junior Morris in the rush. Sim Racing, the number 45 car. He will take the bottom side going down into turn number 3 on the top side on the exit of turn number 4. Brady Baldwin sits a couple of car lengths behind the 45 of Brett Junior Morris through 1 and 2. And here goes Morris down to the low side. Brett Junior Morris to start on pole. And he is going to be a heavy, heavy favourite in this main event. He will start on pole in tonight's main event. Thank you, Callan. Arthur Lewis Clark, in fact, got second, but...
I don't understand the format myself.
Again, I mean... There's only one person that can answer this question. Just got to continue on throughout the rest of the night. Well, that is pole shuffle completed. We are not too far away from tonight's main event for the Dirt Leagues Australian Midget title. We'll take a quick break and come back on the other side of this. You are watching the finale of the Australian Midgets title presented by Dirt Leagues Australia. We'll take a quick break and be back in just a few short moments.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And we are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV for the final night of the Dirt League's Australian Midget title, live from the Limaland Motorsports Park. Brett Wheeler in commentary alongside James Rice. Ricey, the final night, we've had everything all but the main event. 40 laps going to be the distance around here. What would be a game plan for this one?
It's pretty hard to say because I'm not out there, but I think some of the guys like Berkeley as well, he's probably further in the field that he likes to be, staying at 11. But you know, just drive your own race. Don't do what other people are trying to do. Stay cool. You know, don't overthink things, especially with these 40 laps coming up. So, and the track will get slicker and slicker by the lap. So, so I hope these guys have set up the cars to the point where where they can actually drive them. But yes, good luck to everyone who has made it through the 100, or probably, well, I think it was nearly 100 cars anyway. And we're down to our very last 20.
Alright, so I've got a program here that tells me how many green flag laps that we've had, but according to race control, it's just going to be adding 3 laps to, or three laps per caution that comes out. Your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid is going to be a little bit jumbled up, but we'll quickly go through that with you. Brett Junior Morris, Brady Baldwin in row 1, Jordan McDonnell, Bailey Clive, row 2, row 3, Daniel Harding and Lewis Clark, Alan Tacken, Callan Arthur, Trey Schmidt, Harry Stewart, Joel Berkeley, Aaron Hatton, Trent Gosley, Cody Lawrence, Murray Howe, Harry Edwards, Lachlan Horton, James Robbie, Harley Smee, and Bradley Oldfield. 20 cars. We started with, I believe, around the 100 car mark. In fact, 110 or something like that. So over the 100 car mark, we've now wound it down to just 20. And it is going to be 40 laps on the board. Of course, we wait for the drivers to get into their correct positions. Once they do that, I believe we are going to go, or get set to go green. I wonder if a 4 wide is on the cards. We'll see. No, Hobbo. I'm not sure where Hobbo is. Did Hobbo make the main? He didn't make the final night?
No, he got taken out.
He got sputtered from other drivers, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
The potatoes.
Calm, Liam.
Alright, the pace starts to pick it up. Green flag is out. Our main event starts, so white flag will come out at lap number 42 as we are green for the Australian Midget title main event. And Brett Junior Morris leads from Brady Baldwin. Jordan McDonnell sits in 3rd. Daniel Hardigan 4th. Here comes Alan Tacken 3 wide along with Trey Schmidt. Holy Schmidt, they're 4 wide. Bailey Clive, Hardigan, Berkeley, Schmidt, Tacken as well. They're all there. Schmidt catches a piece of the inside tyre. Berkeley he picks up about 2 or 3 spots up on the bottom side. So it is on right now. It is busy.
Busy is an understatement, Brett. There's cars everywhere right now. I think a lot of guys be thinking, just stay away from me and, I'll run my own race. But Berkeley, as 1 car is upside down, 2 cars are upside down, yellow flag will come out. And Hardigan is upside down, and I don't know who it was, but we'll go to the replay for that one, Brett.
Yes, we take a look here at your wicked cushion instant replay. Daniel Hardigan just on the top side of the racetrack. I think it might happen in turn number 1 and 2, so should catch it here on our turn 1 camera. Just drives it a little too hard. He goes upside down by himself. Gets hit, and I think Harry Edwards might have had a piece of this somewhere as well. Yeah, he was the one that hit. In fact, Trey Schmidt was lucky as well in turns 1 and 2. Got a bit of a right rear there from the 55 car. I believe that might have been Cody Lawrence in that one, showing 39 on the ticker. And yeah, Cody Lawrence just showing Trey Schmidt the way. But with that right rear, you'll see it here with your onboard cameras here, thanks to Black Diamond Motorsports. As we come back to live pictures, and we are green. Here once again in tonight's main event, Brett Junior Morris, Jordan McDonnell and Joel Berkeley. Your top three. Berkeley now getting a run down the back straightaway. McDonnell going to run the slider line along with Brett Junior Morris. So the Kiwis run 1, 2. Berkeley the first, technically the first Australian in this field towards the front of the field. You know, the 9 car in the Speed Week that Dirt Leagues Australia had earlier on in the year, I believe on the slick Limaland track, he actually was fairly decent on the bottom side as well.
Yes, I think he won that from memory.
And he actually, I think he got hit from Jordan. Actually, he got taken out.
Yeah, I can't remember that far back, Brett. But Berkeley, the first Australian, as he picks up the front off of that tyre, and again, he nearly. Oh, so close! He's just lost one spot, so luckily it wasn't more. So Berkeley, stay away from those tyres. God. But from that though, Brett Junior Morris is out to a commanding lead right now. He is giving this field a smacking, that's for sure. McDonnell in second, Berkeley in third. Berkeley will try again on the bottom side as McDonnell goes up to the top side. Side by side as McDonnell tries for the slide job line, and he gets, it's actually very smooth actually, but he loses spot to Berkeley. So further back as well, you've got Lewis Clark, Bailey Clive and Hatton duking it out for fourth spot upwards. So some of these guys will try and keep it consistent. That's the aim of the game here, Brett. Keep it consistent.
Yeah, Alan Sacken in the 43 now, starting to make a move. A few moves on the bottom side of the racetrack, just catching a piece of those infield tyres. It's catching a couple of these drivers out. They're trying to keep it nice and smooth on the bottom side of the racetrack at the moment. So make their way down the back straight where your leaders already down into turn number 1 and 2. But we've watched this battle on for about 4th on back right now. And there is still a good gaggle of cars between 4th up through to about 11th or 12th.
Yeah, it's quite busy, but out in front, though, side by side, is Berkeley and McDonnell. As I say that, yellow flag has come out. For whom, I do not know.
Bradley Oldfield, take a look at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. It's a wild ride, actually. Just taking a look at the replay before it shows up on the screen. Here it is, your Wicked Cushion instant replay, the 21 car. On the inside, it's making the move on Trent Dosley, and in fact he got hit there from a couple of people. Cody Lawrence involved in that one again, one of the drivers coming through, but unfortunately for Bradley Oldfield, his night is done. Yes, Bob Jerkley is quick on the bottom side.
And just a quick information for you there, Brett. Berkeley has clocked the fastest time of the race so far with 13.832. Brett Junior Morris, not far behind him though, it was a 13.939. So, and McDonnell doing a 14.173. So, it's quite spread up the front. But since the field is bunched up, it's game on.
Morris and Berkeley are the only two drivers into the 13 seconds there. They're two tenths, anywhere from 2 tenths onwards, quicker than the rest of the field. So wait for the lights on your iRacing.com official pace truck. What do we have? 2 laps at the start, so white flag should have come out at lap 42. I think we're on about white flag lap number 48.
Finish lap 49.
Yeah, so white flag on lap 48. So
yeah.
We're looking at 24 to go. So we're nearing the halfway stage of this main event. And Brett Junior Morris, he leads once again back to the green flag down the start, or the front straight away. Jordan McDonnell second, Joel Berkeley, Lewis Clark in third and fourth. Bailey Clive rounds out your top 5. I tell you what, if Clark can follow Berkeley on the bottom side, I think these two drivers are going to go to the front very, very quickly.
Yes, Clark and Berkeley got that bottom side figured out. at the moment, but Morris and McDonnell are doing the slider line. And, earlier, Morris nearly got into the wall in turn number 2, went a little bit too high, almost tipped the car. But he's starting to gain some momentum now using that slide line. But Berkeley is on hot pursuit. As I say, that nearly contact there between Berkeley and McDonnell. And Lewis Clark bobbing up and down. He hit the infield tyre. And again, he hits the infield tyre again. He's better get swallowed up. At the moment, he's only lost 1 spot, possibly 2. So, unfortunate there for Lewis Clark. But Berkeley slowly catching our race leader.
Now we'll go back towards the front of the field. There is your top 3 on screen just there. Brett Junior Morris in the Rush Sim Racing number 45 car. The yellow flag comes out. The 4 car of Trent
Alan Tacken.
Gosley. Alan Tacken upside down. We'll take a look here at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Here is your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Keep an eye on the 44 car. Just got hit from behind, and then car was Aaron Hatton. Well. So we've lost four drivers in this field so far. What about white flag lap number 51? So we're past halfway. We are looking at about 18 to run.
Yeah, so Morris will be trying to keep the Birkenadder at bay. But Joel not having the best start to his night, but he's out up in front. That's the main thing at the moment. So Morris gets a good start coming into turn number 1 as Berkeley nearly gets swallowed up by McDonnell and Lewis Clark as well. So these guys will be battling it out, hammer and tong.
How about just quickly? How about this drive from Lachlan Horton up to position 6?
What a drive! What a drive! He's got that car absolutely on tune. He's got that top side working. I reckon he's going to catch these guys pretty shortly if these guys keep duking out in front. That's for sure. As Berkeley is storming his way, he could get Morris here. Side by side, going to turn number 1. But Junior Morris trying to protect that bottom side with the slider line, but Berkeley picking up the front wheels with contact from the infield tyre. But McDonnell as well, Lewis Clark and Callan Arthur running at your top 5.
We're consistently seeing Brett Junior Morris run the slider line all the way around this racetrack. We're consistently seeing Berkeley run the bottom side of the racetrack. We're consistently seeing Lachlan Horton rail the top side of the racetrack. So right now, we're seeing 3 different lines play a factor here in tonight's main event. Of course, Lachlan Horton started in your D main and has made his way up to position 6. He transferred through the D, C, and the B. And now he sits in about 6th spot in tonight's main event. That has just been an astonishing drive as we're nearing at about 10 or 11 laps left to run.
Yeah, it's Reggie Morris is still got that lead though, using that slider line as well as McDonnell. But I think McDonnell, every time he goes in for that line, Berkeley's on the bottom side, kind of blocking that line, which is making him go further up in the track. So on entry, but Morris still out in front. Only just anyway. Berkeley is catching, but looking for some of these guys towards the back here. Lewis Clark in 4th, Callan Arthur in 5th, and yeah, Lachlan Horton. He is banging that wall down. That's for sure, Brett. He's on a move.
Oh, your top 3 have moved away from 4th place driver of Lewis Clark. Your leader, Brett Junior Morris. We approach 7 laps left to go I believe, as the white flag will come out at lap number 51. And Berkeley continuing to run the bottom side. Morris continues to run the slider line. Now we're starting to see some lap cars maybe coming into play out. And Morris runs again the slider line. McDonnell running a little bit of a different slider line. But again, we still see Berkeley. So as we start to approach lap traffic here in the final 5 laps, anything is possible. Who's going to take home the Australia one? We've got 5 laps to go.
As you were saying before, Brett Berkeley actually came alongside Morris on the main straightaway. Nearly took the lead away from him, but had to slide up. And again, Berkeley slides right in front of McDonnell there. And Berkeley hits that tyre. As I told him, stay away from those tyres. He's just lost a spot in this final. So that puts 2 Kiwis out in front comfortably right now, Brett.
Well, there is just 2 Kiwis with 2 laps left to run, this time by Brett Junior Morris. The penultimate lap starts right now, I believe, as the white flag comes out at lap 51. Brett Junior Morris, it's just been 40 slide job laps from start to finish. He hasn't gone away from the slider line. The white flag is upon us right now for your final in tonight's main event. Brett Junior Morris, Jordan McDonnell. McDonnell's got a chance. This is the finish you want. The slider lines again from both boys, but I believe Brett Junior Morris is going to have enough. Brett Junior Morris should and will go to victory lane here at the Limaland Motorsports Park. They should be finished right now, I believe.
Yeah, this is the final lap.
Alright, so maybe going 1 extra lap here, but there it is. Brett Junior Morris goes to victory lane, and he is now crowned your Australian champion. Jordan McDonnell home in 2nd, and Joel Berkeley will come home in 3rd spot. Everybody else, I have no idea where anybody else finished. Keep an eye on your Dirt Leagues Australia Facebook page for the unofficial or the official results. I see the Kiwis. They come and take the Australian title away. They won't let Australians take the Kiwi title away. But I mean, this is why you want the best in the world to put on a show like that, and that's why that Brett Junior Morris has now gone to victory lane. Of course, celebrating in style.
Absolutely well-deserved win there from Brett Junior Morris. Clinic out in front, that's for sure. But, yes, Kiwis just been put on notice. So, good racing, Brett, all night. With a few hiccups here and there from other drivers, but overall, I think it was a successful Australian title.
Yes, we don't discriminate, Alan Tacken, not in the midgets anyhow. We'll go and chat with our 3rd place driver here tonight. He was super fast on the bottom side, started about mid-pack, and comes away with the 3rd place finish. He's going to be disappointed about this one, but Berkeley 3rd place in an Australian title. Only if your heat race had gone a little bit better, you could have had a better chance at picking up this win in the Australian title.
Yeah, probably. As you know, I'm obviously disappointed with 3rd, but I did what I could. I knew everyone was going to be running the slider line with this build. The tracks just make the slider line so OP, and I had to try and do something to pass cars, and well, the bottom went away by the time I got to Brett, and well, yeah, he was good. He was too good at the end.
A couple of times where you sort of caught the infield tyres there, and really got you out of your move, and you out of your groove, and you had to get that back. How quickly how quickly did you have to get back into your groove and sort of put the inside tyres out of your mind to to try and get back towards the likes of Brett Junior Morris and Jordan.
Oh, you got to do it straight away. Like, you can't worry about the tyres. It's just a matter of they're millimetre things. Like, if you get them right with if you hit them with the tyre, you're usually right. But if you hit them with the front of the chassis, it's usually screws you over there, and that's what happened to me at the end. And it's just a matter of trying to chase that little bit extra grip in turn 2. Out 2 there, it was trying to get as much grip as you could because there was no grip left down there. And yeah, well, that's what you had to do to try and go forward. And well, yeah.
Well, you started mid-pack in this field again. You come away with the 3rd place. I know you would have liked to be 2 spots higher, but those infield tyres certainly catching you out there with about 4 or 5 laps left to run. Unfortunately, you come away with the third, but still third place with a field of over 100 cars. I mean, that's, again, it's still a good result.
Yeah, I got no one to blame apart from myself for that heat race. I had a lack of knowledge on where the track was going to be for the heat race. Went and changed my setup to rip the lip, and well, yeah, obviously it wasn't any good, but yeah, well, it happens, and well, on to the next one, I guess, next time.
All right, we'll let you thank some sponsors before we let you go, of course. Who gets you to the track each and every week?
Massive thanks to you guys at TTL, Simworks, Star Design, Sound and Graphic, you for Guru Broadcast and everything that makes it happen.
All right, Bold Jerkley home in third place. Rice, are you keen for an interview with Jordan McDill, or do you want me to just continue along with these ones?
I might ask a question. That's about it.
I'll tell you what, I'll let you start it off, and I'll finish it up.
And coming in home in second place tonight, Jordan McDonnell. Jordan, how was that race for you, knowing that you had Berkeley basically on the inside there for quite a number of laps, and Brett Junior Morris just out in front?
Oh man, that was probably one of the funnest races I've done in quite a while. I wouldn't say Limaland's my strong track, but I might have to change that opinion after tonight. I was just trying to make sure I didn't tag Joel, to be honest, for most of the race. Obviously, he was running the bottom and sticking it real well, and I was doing a similar line to Brett Jr. And, just occasionally Joel would go a little bit wider on entry, and I'd have to dab the brakes to make sure I didn't tag him. So it kept me on my toes and led for a few mistakes, just nipping the cush the wrong way and whatnot. But those last few laps, once Joel kind of made an error and dropped back a little bit, I started making some pretty good inroads on Brett, and I think just ran out of laps in the end there, but, he deserved the win. He led the whole way pretty much, so big congrats to him.
So was there much change with car setup following the warm-up session, or was it just you already knew what you had to do?
I just ran the same setup pretty much the whole night. I changed the fuel and the gearing for the feature, and obviously the line and whatnot. The setup that I got made by Zach Phelan a while ago when I was still at One Performance Racing has been on rails ever since he built it. So big thanks to him and all the development that we did at OPR. But the car was on rails. I think a few more laps and a little bit better throttle control. I might have just got him, but as I said, he drove a great race. So I think it would have been hard to pass him, even though I had the pace on him at the end there.
All right, it's time to thank you, sponsors, mate. Who makes it all happen for you?
Obviously, big thanks to the boys at Black Diamond Motorsports for all their support. Brett from Ultimate Dirt TV, Dirty Dicks, just trying to read them all. Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, everyone that supports Black Diamond Motorsports. Big thanks to Zach Phelan for building me a rocket ship of a setup, and very grateful for all the effort that he's put into getting me where I am with the cars and stuff as we are. Big thanks to Brett for broadcasting the whole event. Big thanks to everyone that showed up for the whole event. 113 entries is quite an astonishing number, especially for a dirt event. So I'm really happy that the event ran pretty smoothly. Obviously, having to do it all myself as well as racing, it was quite stressful at times, but big thanks to all the competitors for making our life as easy as possible, and can't wait for next year. And big congrats to Brett Junior Morris on the win. Well-deserved win.
Thanks, mate. Congratulations on second place. And Brett, time to speak with our new Australian Midget champion.
Yeah, so he hails from New Zealand. Where in New Zealand? Well, to be honest, I don't really care, but the Kiwi, he comes home victorious. Well, we're not afraid to let Kiwis run the Australian title. Maybe NZSR can take a page out of DLA's pagebook with Brett Junior Morris. We just heard Jordan McDonnell say 113 competitors over the past 4 nights. You come away victorious. Talk about the emotions and how you're feeling right now.
Yeah, real good. It's definitely, even though I led every lap of that race, I definitely had to work for it, and the track was very, very tough, and there was no mark for error. So I knew about midway through that race that Joel was creeping up on me, and then Jordan was catching me towards the end, and those last 10 laps, I think I just kind of threw everything out the window and was just running all over the track and didn't know what I was doing. But luckily I held on and just got it at the line. So yeah, it's always good to have lots of green flag racing as well. Everyone kept it quite clean tonight, and thanks for Jordan for racing hard, and Joel, and congrats to them. They both drove a hell of a race too.
From lap number 1 to lap 40, you run the slider line every lap. Was that your game plan for this 40 lap, and knowing that if you're on that slider line, you really take away the momentum from the guys maybe run on the top side to where the drivers on the bottom side, unless they hit it perfect lap after lap like Joel did, you pretty much weren't going to be passed?
Yeah, definitely. It does make it easier when the track is like that, but the top was coming in towards the heat races, and I was going to go up there, but I definitely would have gone up there if I was further back in the field. But when you're out in front, you've got too much to risk in it, and it's a lot harder to run the top for 40 laps straight than it is to run the slider line. But even running the bottom and even the slider line is tough, especially here, because you go over that cushion, you're straight into the wall and you're basically done. So definitely wasn't easy, but it was easier than running the top.
Did your mindset change throughout not only that race, but did your mindset change from tonight rather than your qualifying night, or did you have the same approach throughout this entire event?
Yeah, I definitely did want to do well in the qualifying, and it wasn't great. I think I qualified 18th in my group, so that wasn't the best. I had some unfortunate luck in one of my heats, which sent me back a few spots, but luckily I just made it through and I didn't have to come through the last chance. But it was the format was quite good tonight, so it gave you a few chances, and if you didn't make it, you could go on to the last chance, and then you could have a complete rerun tonight. So definitely the qualifying, I don't know if you saw, but qualifying tonight definitely helped a lot as well. I crashed in the first lap, and luckily you can just grab a new car, and I got a new car and managed to qualify second. So yeah, that was definitely a huge help.
Well, the first Dirt Leagues Australian Midget champion. You now get to run the A1 on that car. We'll see that throughout the next Midget series that Dirt Leagues Australia put on. But of course, before we let you get out of here and celebrate, of course, sponsors, shout-outs. Who got you to the track here tonight? Who gets you to the track each and every night that you come here on the sim?
Yeah, of course, just a massive thanks to Ryan from Rush Sim Racing and all the boys from OPR for being a good team, and we're all in Discord helping each other out tonight. So it was always good fun being in a team, and real liking it in this team now. So I probably won't be hopping team anytime soon.
I've heard that one before.
But yeah, well, I think I'll be in OPR for a while now. So yeah, and just a massive thanks to Jordan and Zach for running for an awesome event, and you guys for streaming. It's been awesome a few nights. So yeah, massive thanks to everyone. It's help put this together.
Well, we're not going to let you get out of here, but we're going to make you stick around because we're going to bring in Jordan McDonnell. So I'm going to ask you to shut your trap just for a moment as Jordan's got some prizes to announce and what you've won. So listen in, Brett.
All right. On behalf of DLA, we'd just like to let you know that you've won a Trading Paints Pro subscription for a whole year. So you can run that mighty 1AU. We believe that, winning the event is prestigious. So going forward, we believe that you should be able to run it. So there's that. First, second, and third will be getting a check size core fluke board with their car on it, their name, and a bit of the event, all the sponsors and stuff on there as well. Obviously 1AU will be a bigger one than second and third. And you'll also receive a glass plaque which will have your name, DLA logo, and the AU Midget title champion on it. So, yeah, that's pretty much the prizes. And second and third will get their checks. And, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Cheers. The event was run real well, so I have to congratulate you. It was 113 cars. Couldn't have been easy to do all the grids and all the rules and all that and make sure everyone played ball. So, just massive shout out to you as well. It was awesome. Good job.
Cheers, man.
All right, you guys can continue your love fest somewhere else. That's going to wrap us up here from the Limaland Motorsports Park. Ricey, unfortunately, you weren't able to be on the racetrack tonight, but thank you for jumping in the booth with me tonight. It's been a pleasure as always.
Yeah, no, the pleasure is all mine. It's good to have a night off and jump in the booth with the one and only Britt Wheeler himself, and hope for everyone at home and at the track enjoy themselves, and yeah, basically until next time for myself anyway. Yeah, probably a long break between innings.
All right, well, that'll wrap us up here from the Limaland Motorsports Park. The first ever Dirt Leagues Australian Midget title has been run and done. Over the past 4 nights, one driver has come out on top, and that is the driver of the Rush Sim Racing One Performance Racing number 45. Now the new A1 of Brett Junior Morris, Jordan McDonnell home in second, and Joel Berkeley third. So congratulations to our podium, congratulations to everybody else that participated over the past 4 nights. Of course, a big thanks to Dirt Leagues Australia for putting on this event and allowing Ultimate Dirt TV to cover the action over night 1, 2 and 4. Last night, well, that's State of Origin night. Go Queensland, you beauty. But a big thanks to our sponsors as well for the next couple of days before the new season kicks in. Big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder Racing League, Dirt Leagues Australia, JR Productions and Media, and Black Diamond Motorsports. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, the management behind the scenes, on behalf of your broadcast team tonight, James Rice and myself, Brett Wheeler, we say farewell, good night, congratulations to Brett Junior Morris, your new Australian champion.